this freaking lipstick is the death of me. Should I redo that? Hi, my name is Jasmine and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do this sultry and sexy look that I'll be featuring on my birthday vlog. So if you are interested in what you see, keep on watching. Hey guys, how are you? If you haven't already done so, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. First, go in with a lip balm, something to get your lips nice and moist. Get it all in there to prep for your liquid lipstick. Next, I will be going in with a primer for my face. After I've washed my face and I've moisturized my face, that's when I go in with a primer. So make sure that you get the primer on your face to create that barrier between your foundation and your skin. It also helps your foundation to go on smoothly. I got like a jelly primer, but I just don't remember where I got it from. If I think of it, I'll go in and put it in the description box. Next, I'm going to go in and start with my eyebrows. I'm going to comb them up. And then I'm going to put some gel on them just to make sure that they stay in place. Now I'm going to go in and start to carve out my eyebrows. I know you're probably thinking, why aren't you filling them in? But my method, I carve my eyebrows out first with a concealer. This concealer that I'm using is the same as my skin tone. It is not brighter, it's the same to help with the blending. But I carve out my eyebrows first because sometimes I notice that if I don't, my eyebrows are too dark and I really don't need to fill my eyebrows. As you see, they're already super thick. So I carve them out first and then I fill them later, and I only fill what needs to be filled. I want my eyebrows to look as natural as possible. Notice that I have two different concealers. For the top brow, I am using my skin tone, but for the bottom of my brow, moving into the eyelid area, I am using a lighter concealer to highlight in that area. And notice that I'm doing it on this side too as I carve out my brow. I am now taking a damp beauty blender. Actually, this is not a beauty blender. This is a Real Technique sponge, and I'm blending it all out. You could also use a fluffy brush to blend out, but I'm gonna go in and just clean up my eyebrows. And this is really a rush look, guys. At this time, like, I'm running out of time, but I'm just gonna go through with the flat brush just to make sure that I'm close up on that brow, so that there aren't any gaps between the concealer and my skin. So I'm just going in there to really clean up and make sure that it's as precise as possible for the time that I have to do my makeup. Now I'm gonna go in and set my concealer on my eyelid with a fluffy brush, and I am using MAC Studio Fix Pressed Powder. But also you can use the Laura Mercier loose powders. I just used the powder that was closest to me to set. And I'm just setting all around. Honestly, I just could have set the lid, but I'm setting the powder just so that it's a smooth canvas when I'm putting the eyeshadows on. Oh yeah, so I did actually use the Laura Mercier. I ran out of the Laura Mercier honey, so I mixed Ben Nye and I mixed Laura Mercier translucent, which I really wish I had the honey, but the two kind of did okay. I noticed that the Ben Nye does have a slight flashback when I'm looking at it on camera, so you may have to put another powder on top. But yeah, so that's what I have here. And guys, I really honestly just could have used the fluffy brush, but let's use a damn beauty blender. Finally, I'm filling in my eyebrow, and now I'm only filling in parts where I see any gaps or anything like that. So I'm just filling it in there and brushing it out, making it look as natural as possible, just enhancing what I already have. Time for the fun part. I am using I switched. Okay, so I'm using the Fenty palette, and I'm gonna be going in with this light brown shade, and I'm just gonna be using a fluffy brush. Now I'm going in with a darker shade, and notice that I'm right in the crease area. So you want to make sure that you're blending in the crease area with a darker color, just so you can kind of carve out where your cut crease, like you're just gonna kind of carve out where your cut crease is gonna be. So that's what I'm doing right now, kind of carving out, and you can kind of feel where your eyeball is. Just carve it out, and that's where you're gonna be kind of pressing the brush. And notice that the crease is already forming. It's already forming. So you want to make sure that you get the dark color, and that you're kind of cutting the crease. Now I'm gonna get an even darker brown color, and I'm just gonna be carving out the wing area of my cut crease and just sculpting it a little bit more on the lid. And as you can see, I'm right in that lid area, and this is a dark brown. Now I'm going in with a Morphe palette by Madison Beard, and I'm using this chocolate brown color, and I'm going to even intensify the cut crease even more. I'm using a semi-fluffy brush. It actually is a flat brush. I'm actually using a flat brush here because I'm going to actually carve out the crease with this dark brown, and I don't want it to be all over the place. I want it to be in a specific place to carve out. This is not the time where I'm just really kind of making things. I'm blending, but I'm carving out the lid, and I want the product to go in a specific place. So that's why I'm using a more dense brush, not fluffy. So make sure that you use a dense brush there so that the product will go in a specific place and it doesn't disperse all over. And at this point, you're carving it out. Notice that it's even looking more defined. And I'm going to do that to the same side. Notice that I'm carving out the eye, carving it out with a brush that's more dense. It's not fluffy. And then I'm just working in that space because I want it in an isolated space. And then later on, I will go ahead and blend it out. But for this right now, I need to carve it out and I want it to go in a certain space. So that's why I'm using this brush. And it's a flat brush, as you can see. It's more of a flat brush. Now I'm going in with a fluffy brush that's more tapered, and I'm going ahead and I am blending out the harsh lines with a light brown shade, and I'm extending that wing. So I'm going to just blend out that harsh, and notice that I'm extending it all the way into my nose to help with the contour of the nose later. But I'm blending out the harsh line just so that it looks smooth, period. Now I'm going in with my light concealer, and I'm just going to use the wand to the concealer because I told you I'm strapped for time. And now I am carving out the eyelid that I'm going to be using for my cut crease. I'm just carving it out, and you start right here and then you just carve the lid part. And you should only be working in like the lid area. You shouldn't be above the lid. You should just be right on the lid where your eyes fold. Notice I'm where my eyes are folding. Yep, just the part where your eyes are folding. And I've already created a good guide from when I started the cut crease with the darker brown shades, but I'm just where my eyes folded, in that part right there. And then that's where you put it. And then to be even more precise, if I had the time, I think I am going to start carving out with a flat brush. But go ahead and use a flat brush if you had a time. That'll actually be even better because it can be even more precise. You want to keep going back and forth to make sure that both of your eyes are the same shape, so that your cut crease isn't looking one way on one eye and then looking another way on another eye. You have to make sure that it's pretty precise. It looks pretty good here for what I'm going for. But if you want it even more precise, get that flat brush and go in. And that will give you an even more precise look. There's the flat brush. Notice that's the flat brush. I needed to go in to make it more precise. I thought I could do it with the wand, but I wanted to go in to blend it a little bit, and to get that cut crease more precise, you need that flat brush. So go get that flat brush so you can get your cut crease on fleek, and it can get that precise, crisp look. And that's what I'm doing here. Now I got a semi flat brush. It's just a little, and you could probably use a flat brush here too, but I'm going ahead and I'm just carving out with the brown shades even more, kind of bringing them back because I kind of lost them. And I go straight in with the glitter here, and I'm going to be using some glitter. It's like an adhesive for glitter by NYX Sell It. And you just go ahead and put it on the lid, and it helps the glitter to stick to your eyelid. It helps the glitter to stick to your eyelid. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm just putting that glitter adhesive on. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the glitter on. I'm holding my eye. Look, I got my hands there to stop any fallout, friends. That's what I usually do. And it really does help. You'll see it falls right on my fingers and not in my lashes. But I just put my finger there to stop some of the glitter fallout. Even though the glitter adhesive is working. It just catch a little bit of the fallout and it's not getting on my face. It's really getting on my fingers. And I've been doing that for years. I got it from another YouTuber and it was a really good idea. Now I'm going in with my wipes, wiping up any fallout that fell from my fingers, or just don't want any glitter on my face. I don't want that, no. So I'm going ahead with my wipes, and I just use the Neutrogena wipes in grapefruit. So I just use those and I wipe out any of the fallout, and then also you can use it to carve out any part that needs to be carved out, just to clean up, because you want it to be nice and crisp. Now I'm going in with my foundation. I am using NARS foundation in my skin tone. I noticed that this color was a little bit light for my skin tone. I should have mixed it to make it a little bit darker, but we're gonna make it do what it do. Plus this lighting, I'm still trying to figure out this lighting thing, y'all. My next tutorial, I'm how to lighten all together. I'm learning this with you guys, but yeah, notice okay. But anyway, this is a NARS foundation and I'm just putting it all over my face. I got a nice fluffy brush and I'm blending. And I need a little bit more foundation there. So, but I like a full coverage look, ladies. You tell me what type of look do you like, but I like a full coverage look when I'm going in. But also, you know what, I'm gonna say semi full coverage because I do like a little of my skin to peek out a few little flaws, but just for the look that I'm doing. So it's semi full coverage for this look, but yes, girl, yes. Now I'm going in with my beauty blender to blend my foundation. Blend. And make sure that beauty blender is damp, ladies. I usually make it damp with some water, and I use a paper towel to kind of get out any of the excess water. But make sure that beauty blender is damp. I'm going in with my Fenty concealer, 2 shades darker than my skin tone, on my forehead, on the hollows of my cheek, and also on my nose, so that I can get that contour right. And also under my chin. And make sure it's that area right under your chin so that you can make sure that you can get rid of that double chin, girl. Because that's why we do that. We want that cheek area to look nice and chiseled. So you have to do it like right under the chin area, just so that it can make it more hollow, or like right there on that bone, and like right a little bit under that bone to chisel it out. And then I'm also going in 2 shades lighter with my Fenty concealer. And I learned this technique from either TikTok or another YouTuber, or a YouTuber on TikTok, where you don't need the concealer all under your eyes, but just like at the end of your eyes and at like the narrow in beginning part of your eyes. How do you put it? But just in those spaces that you see. Put it on my chin, and also my cupid's bow area, and also on my nose. There we go. In that area. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. Here we go. I forgot, guys. I forgot. I need to go ahead and set under my eyes. I'm setting it with, like I told you guys earlier, that Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I also mixed it with benign powder as well. I did not have the Laura Mercier honey, but hunty, in my next tutorial I got a really big jar of it, so I'm not gonna run out. But anyway, I'm carving out that. I'm carving out under all the places that I highlighted. I'm setting it with this powder and using it even more to carve out it so that it pop. So I'm carving it out. And that beauty blender, guys, make sure that it's damp so that it really looks smooth on your skin. It will not have that effect if the beauty blender is not damp. So please make sure that your beauty blender is damp. And I don't have a lot of time to bake. Like I told you guys, I'm kind of in a rush at this point. So I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and go ahead and wipe that away. Go ahead and wipe. And really, honestly, ladies, you can really keep under your eyes. Keep the powder under your eyes, because I forgot actually in the video, probably because I was rushing. But you can do your eye makeup while the powder is under your eye, so that it can catch any fallout. But at that time I wasn't thinking, so I should have just left that there. But it's cool. And I'm going here with a light brown color and just filling the bottom of the under lash area with the color. And it's just a light brown color that complements the look and that also pops. But ladies, you can go ahead and leave that powder under your eyes and it will catch any fallout if you have any. And then wipe the powder when you're completely done with the under eye area. That is so cute. So, and I use this little sponge here, or this pack here, while I'm touching my face, because it stops you from smudging your face under your eyes. So that's why I am using that. It just stops that smudge, because it creates that warm barrier from your warm hands touching your face. So that stops that issue. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Now I'm going in with NARS Orgasm. And I'm going to go ahead and put blush on my cheeks. And I'm going right there in that cheekbone area. Now I'm going in with my MAC Press Powder Studio Fix. Guys, MAC has the best powders. They make your skin so smooth and silky and beautiful. And I'm just going in with my MAC Press Powder to blend out the entire look. I'm just going over to get rid of any harsh lines. I'm using the pressed powder just to make the look as seamless as possible. Oh yeah, guys, this is my song. I'm definitely listening to Megan Thee Stallion on Tiny Desk. Now I'm going in with a highlighter, and I'm just highlighting right at that bone at the top of your cheeks, like right there at the top, with a small brush. And I'm using Trophy Wife by Fenty. going in now with a rosy pink color. It is Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it is matte, a matte liquid lipstick. And I'm going in with my liquid lipstick. I'm overlining my lips with my liquid lipstick so I can get a pouty look. Now I'm going in with my lip liner just to give it an even more ombre look. And I'm just going to line around my lips. I know you guys think I'm backwards, but when I'm blending the colors, I like to go in with my lip liner last just to give that final ombre look, kind of contouring my lips. So I'm just giving that final little ombre look, and I am gonna blend with a small brush after. And if it's not blending the way you want it to blend, guys, if you do it this way, you can always blend it with a small brush to make sure that your lips have that ombre look that you're looking for. Notice that I get my brush and I just go ahead and blend it out even more, just so it can have a nice ombre look. Now, lastly, I'm going in with a MAC Glass Gloss. It's a nude color. It's like a, I don't know. Just go in with the gloss, and I just pop it in the center of my lips. I don't remember which color it is, guys, to be honest, but I do know that it's a gloss, and it was like a, I don't know. Let me not even lie. I want to say it was a more on a dark shade of nude brown to finish up the look. And that pretty much completed my look. Oh my God, guys. Let me go ahead and fix my hair, do my finishing little touches before I go out. My little ponytail and everything. Make sure it's all cute. And that's pretty much it. So, and guys, actually off camera, I did do a little bit more blending to my forehead area. I didn't see that till I went in my bathroom, but that completes the look.